Yay, we have reached the point of the questions of true, false, not given. So let's break down IELTS Cambridge 20, textbook 20, and reading section, my personal favorite section, and let me share my screen. So, if you remember, in the previous video last week, we've broken down the manatees passage, test 2, Cambridge 20. So the manatees, you can check this video. As you can see, this highlighted one on my TV. So yeah, and on the left side, we have the manatees very first passage and the very first questions. So this one, today's video is for true, false, not given. So let's break down, okay? So here we go. As always, we're going to kick off with the strategy. So the most important thing here is highlighting. Yay, we love highlighting the keywords. That's our best friends, okay? So please try to highlight whenever you see the names, the time period, and the words in a capital letter. So that is going to be a game changer. You're gonna find the information easily. Believe me. And the second thing is to know is please try to remember that keep in mind that the answers come in order. So if you stop around here, for example, the seventh answer was found in this passage, in this one, it means you're gonna keep reading when you're going to keep reading the answer for the question number 8 from the next paragraph. So the answers do come in order, highlight the keywords, and yes, this is it. So you should highlight the keywords like names, numbers, and so on. So let's begin. Manatees, if you remember, the manatees look like this, the sea creatures. I think you don't see them, so this is it. This is how they look like. And yes, you don't have to know what manatees are, but please make sure that you're reading and understand. Understanding the passage is the key. Yeah, you're gonna skim and scan. Yes. So true, false, not given. Let's begin. So the first one, West Indian manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. So our job is to highlight the keywords, okay? So West Indian is going to be our keyword number one. Manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. So the keyword number one is West Indian, so this is we're going to look for. So the West Indian thing here is in this paragraph, as you can see here. So let me show you this paragraph. As you can see, the West Indian manatee. So where we're going to look for the answer is this paragraph. So please try to make sure that you're locating the answer. So we have located the answer. So the answer is probably here. So let's read it. West Indian manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. So let's keep reading. The West Indian manatee reaches about 3.5 meters long and weighs on average around 500 kilograms. It moves between freshwater and saltwater, taking advantage of coastal mangroves and coral reefs, rivers, lakes, and Indian lagoons. So that means, as you can see, West Indian manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. So, as we can see here, we have mangroves, coral reefs, rivers, lakes, Indian lagoons. So, yes, the answer is true. You can find West Indian manatees in mangroves, coral reefs, rivers, lakes, Indian lagoons. So the answer is true. Yay, we've made it. How I love making long type of content. So I personally love YouTube because I study a lot on YouTube using videos of other creators. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really love my YouTube videos. I love filming for YouTube. Thank you. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see other strategies for other types of questions of reading section. So thank you very much. And we're moving on to the question number 8. The Florida manatee lives in warmer waters than the Antillean manatee. So this is the keyword, Antillean manatee, and the Florida manatee, the name of a place, warmer waters. So let's find out, okay? So, and Antillean manatee, the second thing, and we see it in their other sentence, in the second sentence, in the third sentence of the same paragraph. So, yes, as I mentioned, it's the most important thing to find the keywords, working with the names of the places, names of the people, and the periods of time. So let's keep reading. The Florida manatee lives in warmer waters. Warmer. Let's find out. There are two subspecies of West Indian manatee. The Antillean manatee is found in waters from Bahamas to Brazil, whereas the Florida manatee is found in the US waters. Okay, although some individuals have been recorded in the Bahamas. Okay, we have nothing about waters, but we keep reading because we have the word Antillean. In winter, the Florida manatee is typically restricted to Florida when the ambient water temperature drops below 20 degrees Celsius. So we have something about like temperature of water. It takes refuge in naturally and artificially warmed water, such as at the warm water outfalls from power plants. Okay, so our keyword is these manatees live in warmer waters. And this one says when the ambient water temperature drops below 20, it moves. It moves, it takes refuge in naturally. Takes refuge means to relocates. Relocates artificially warmed water. So, Florida manatee lives in warmer waters than the Antillean manatee. Is there anything about comparison? I don't think so. We have nothing about comparison here. We have the only thing that we have when the water drops, gets colder, it moves. It moves to artificially warmer water. So, Florida manatee lives in warmer waters? No, we have nothing about that. Than the Antillean manatee. The keyword also than the Antillean manatee. No. We have nothing about that, so the answer is not given. Let's move on. The African manatee's range is limited. African manatee, the keyword is limited to coastal waters between the West African countries of Mauritania and Angola. So we have nice keywords. So as you can see, we have Mauritania in the next paragraph, Angola. So it means the answer is hidden around here. Let's read. The African manatee is also about 3.5 meters long and found in the sea along the west coast of Africa from Mauritania and down to Angola. The species also makes use of rivers with the mammals seen in landlocked countries such as Mali and Niger. Okay, so that means is limited. The most important thing is to find out the word is limited. If we have this substitution of the word, the synonym of the word, and coastal waters between the West African countries of Mauritania and Angola, limited. That means these manatees, they live around these countries. But, as you can see, we have Mali and Niger, such as, can you see? So, yes, it's not limited. So it's false, as you can see here, because they live in Mali and Niger, not only in Mauritania and Angola or the West African countries, not limited. So the answer is false, okay? So we're moving on to the question 10. Question 10 is here. The extent of the loss of Amazonian manatees in the mid-20th century was only revealed many years later. Amazonian manatees. Why I'm scrolling down? Because the second part of the passage is in the next page of the textbook. So yeah, it's comfortable. It's more comfortable to use this new question page, screenshot of the question. So that's why we're scrolling it down. So never mind. So let's keep reading. Let's find out the keywords. The extent of the loss of Amazonian manatees in the mid-20th century was only revealed in many years later. So we have the Amazonian manatee here. So we're going to find the answer in this paragraph. So let's read. The Amazonian manatee is the smallest species, though it is still a big animal. It grows to about 205 meters long and 350 kilograms. Wow. Amazonian manatees favor calm, shallow waters that are above 23 Celsius degrees. This species is found in fresh water in the Amazon basin in Brazil, as well as in Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. So this means the extent of the loss of Amazonian manatees in the mid-20th century was only revealed in many years later. Okay. Do we have anything about that in this body paragraph? No. So that means we're going to keep reading from this one as well. All three manatee species are endangered or at a heightened risk of extinction. Okay, so we have something about loss of the animals. So yeah, are endangered, heightened risk of extinction. That means they are losing the population of it. The African manatee and Amazonian manatee are both listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is estimated that 140,000 Amazonian manatees were killed between 35 and 54 for their meat, fat, and skin, with the latter used to make leather. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. In more recent years, African manatee decline has been tied to incidental capture in fishing nets and hunting. Manatee hunting is now illegal in every country the African species is found in. So yeah. So let's keep reading. The extent of loss, that many animals loss. So the extent of the loss of Amazonian manatees in the mid-20s was only revealed many years later. Let's find out. Do we have anything about that? Yes, we do have like the estimated number of the manatees killed, 140. So the extent of the loss, do we have anything about extended? We have nothing about like comparison. We don't know, was it like earlier like less number than this or not, and was only revealed many years later. No, nothing. We have the number of population for this time period and for their meat and fat and skin, but we have nothing about many years later. So the answer is not given. Okay, so yay. Next one. 11. It is predicted that West Indian manatee populations will fall in the coming decades. Predicted, the keyword. West Indian manatee, the keyword. Will fall. Coming decades. Decades are 10 years, okay? So, let's read now. It is estimated, predicted. Okay, let's keep reading. In manatee decline, West Indian manatee is here. So let's read from this paragraph. The two subspecies of West Indian manatee are listed as endangered by the IUCN. Both are also expected to undergo a decline of 20% over the next 40 years. Okay, we have this sentence. So this in manatee type is here, and expected is the other way to say predicted. And will fall. Fall is a decline, as you already know, and in the coming decades, next 40 years. So the answer is feel free to type the answer if you already know, if you already found out. Please type the answer. And yes, I will wait for your answer, and in 3 seconds I'm gonna reveal it. So you have some time, pause the video and type your answer, and let's check your answer out. So 11 is true. You made it. Yes, you are correct. Yes. So this is the easiest question, huh? Next, 12. The risk to manatees from entanglement and plastic consumption increased significantly in the period. Okay, I love numbers. We're going to highlight that. The risk, entanglement, the plastic consumption increased significantly. So let's find out these numbers. We already see these numbers here. So let's keep reading. A review of almost 1,800 cases of entanglement, the keyword, in fishing nets and plastic consumption. Oh, I'm so sorry. Among marine mammals in US waters from found that at least 700 cases involved manatees. So this chief cause of death in Florida manatees is boat strikes. Okay. So we have the word entanglement, which is here. It's not paraphrased. We just have it as a word. And plastic consumption is also here and increased significantly. Do we have about that? This is the important thing we should find out. Increased significantly. So increased significantly, that at least 700 cases involved manatees increased. So as you can see here, we don't have any comparison. We don't know how this number of manatees, or like were they stable or were they drop. But yes, so we have increased significantly, but we just have the number of 700 cases involved manatees. So the answer is again not given. We don't have the comparison, so not given. The last one so far, there is some law, there is some legislation in place which aims to reduce the likelihood of boat strikes on manatees in Florida. Florida, boat strikes, reduce the likelihood of boat strikes. So boat strikes, as you can see here, we have read it already. Let's keep reading again. The chief cause of death in Florida manatees is boat strikes. Okay, however, laws, yes, we have a word legislation. Laws in certain parts of Florida now limit boat speeds during winter, allowing slow-moving manatees to more time to respond. Okay. Laws in certain parts of Florida. Now limit. Yes, reduce, limit is the other way to say it. Boat speeds during winter. Likelihood of boat strikes manatees in Florida, allowing slow-moving manatees more time to respond. Yes, this is true. So legislation, excuse me, is the other way to say laws, and limit boat speeds, it's reducing the likelihood of boat strikes. So, yay, we made it. Yay, we've made it. So this was a true, false, not given question type. So feel free to join my channel, subscribe to my channel. If you find this video useful and interesting, give it thumbs up, and I would be honored. I would be honored because it's nice that you are just like filming videos for fun because you love it, and this is also your contribution to the humanity, because I love this energy trait. So I watch many videos on YouTube. I really enjoy it, learning something new, studying on YouTube with other creators. So I also try to contribute to the humanity, filming my own videos as well. So thank you very much for supporting this channel, for supporting my channel, and I really love it. Thank you. Thank you for your comments on other my previous videos. People hit the thumbs up like button and they shared some kind reviews on my videos. Thank you very much for that. And yes, this is it. Thank you. That's a wrap. And if you want to join my one-to-one classes, feel free to check the description box below. I have my Telegram link. You can feel free to text me. Yes, we can book a time and we can schedule a trial lesson. So yeah, I'm an IELTS coach, as you can see, and an English coach. Yeah. And my own band score is 7.5 on IELTS. So my students get from 6.5 to 7.5 band scores on IELTS, academic IELTS. So feel free to text me if you have any questions. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you're gonna get it. Go get it. Go get the IELTS. Thank you. See you next time. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.